Thank you for tuning into my videos. To support the channel and unlock exclusive perks, you can join us on YouTube channel membership and Patreon. Follow the links in the video description below. Select your level of support and help keep the content coming. This channel exists because of the support we have from fans just like you. Thanks and enjoy the video. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2,000 points. It's the quarterfinal. A chance for two factions to go through in the campaign here to take the channel crown. So we're coming towards the end of the season, usually finish up around Christmas time with the grand final to establish a channel champion. The crown currently being held by the Black Legion at Chaos Space Marines. You can see them in action in our second quarterfinal game. That's over on YouTube channel membership. That's the Harlequins versus Black Legion. You can check out that battle. It is live on channel membership. You can join us. Use the link below, or you can go to the channel homepage, hit the join button, join us at Aspect Warrior level, and that'll give you access to all of the bonus content, including our battle reports. And there is a current campaign on the channel, the 300 campaign. It's a push to recruit 300 supporters either through Patreon or through YouTube channel membership. There's about 60 have signed up so far, so we've got some more names to shout out. Everyone that joins us at any tier, at any level of support, we'll give them a name shout out in our batch reports as we go along. I'm going to call out 5, and there's a few more clusters of 5 to call out as the game goes along. So big thank you to Sludge Disciple, who's joined us at Aspect Warrior level. Also Christopher Wally as well at Aspect Warrior. Mephisto, Andrew, and then PSBEC2 has joined us at Aspect Warrior level as well. So they're channel members. Massive thank you to them for their support. So for this game, cannot emphasize enough how important this is. This is a knockout battle. So it's either the T'au that will go through, then we have a chance to try and get into the grand final, or it will be the Adeptus Mechanicus Warhammer exchange of firepower expecting in this battle. AdMech also relish a bit of close combat. T'au certainly don't. So I'm going to run the T'au. Mike Walker will take command of the Adeptus Mechanicus. He's commanded them well. He actually led them to victory and got them through to the knockout stage in the previous AdMech battle. So he seems a competent enough commander, but a fresh challenge here against this T'au force. 2,000 points of T'au. It is KOYO detachment, so turn 3 onwards can pop sustained 1 or sustained 2 if the unit is being guided. It can be deadly enough, but that takes a few turns to get through. Turns 1 and 2 have to go by first, usually. And then you can tap into that in the middle stage of the battle. We're running 2 commanders here for this T'au force. So we have 1 T'au commander as an Enforcer battlesuit, and then 1 Cold Star battlesuit across here as well. So the Enforcer battlesuit is Commander Ghosttide, taking the quad fusion blasters for him. And then he also has Precision of the Patient Hunter as the upgrade for him. Then we have a commander in the Cold Star across here, Commander T'au. and he takes Exemplar of the KOYO that activates the sustained hits ability on turn 2 onwards instead of turn 3 for him. And then his loadout is all plasma rifles. The idea is that he joins one of the Crisis Battlesuit teams. Each commander goes with a Crisis Battlesuit team. Both commanders taking double shield drone, each just represented by the one drone here, just to help remember during the game. Then we have 2 Crisis Battlesuit teams, with the Fire Knife team across here, taking the double plasma rifle for each of those. And then also taking, there's mixed drones, and they have to take mixed for these. So there's 1 marker drone in the squad, a shield drone for each of the models, and a couple of spare gun drones being taken as well. So then the other team is the Sunforge team, with double fusion blasters being taken for those, and then the same loadout for the drones. Then we have XV-88 broadsides taking the heavy rail rifles, the twin plasma being taken, seeker missiles on each of those as well, and then the drone loadout is 1 marker drone in the squad, and the rest are missile drones. We have a Ghost Kill with Cyclic Iron Raker, double fusion blaster or twin fusion blaster being taken for that, a couple of drones for him also. Then 2, I've had to make changes here, but this is the latest points update. We saw an increase in points for the Piranhas. I was bang on 2,000 points, so I had to make an adjustment, which is welcome enough. I've dropped one of the strike teams and then brought in an extra stealth team instead, which I think tactically is a good move anyway. It's 2 squads of 10 for strike teams, each one taking a marker drone and a Guardian drone being taken for them. We then have a Breacher team, again, squad of 10, same drone loadout. They're taking a Devilfish, 2 seeker missiles on there for that transport vehicle. The 2 stealth teams, as mentioned already, there's a fusion blaster in each of those squads. A couple of smaller HQs. So we have a Cadre Fireblade, and we also have an Ethereal across here as well. And then for Unity Devastation is on the Ethereal, just to help their aids give some extra bonuses when it guides a unit in. Then for vehicles, it's a squad of 3, a squadron of 3 Piranhas, each one taking the Piranha Fusion Gun, 2 Seeker Missiles on each of those models as well. And then finally 2 Hammerheads with the Hammerhead Railgun, 2 Seeker Missiles on there, the Smart Missile Systems being taken on those 2 vehicles as well. So that's the list for the T'au. A test form. They are an ambitious young race with a chance perhaps at taking the Channel Crown. To do that, they've got to get past the Adeptus Mechanicus. We'll take a look now and see what the AdMech have in their list. I'll call out commanders here for the T'au. So we have BPP Wargame will be the Army Commander. He'll be on Commander Ghost Tide across here. So he's a big T'au, he's a T'au player, so that's one of the Phoenix Lords. And then Sub-Commander will be Sparks, one of the new Autarchs that's joined us. So we put him onto the Cold Star Commander across here, Commander NATO. So that's Phoenix Lords and Autarchs allocated as Army Commander and Sub-Commander. We'll take a look now and see what the AdMech have in their list. So Adeptus Mechanicus here, taking the Rad Zone Core for the detachment, seems to work well enough. It's quite a condensed army for AdMech. Points obviously went up when the rules were changed and AdMech have been improved. There's some big points, black holes across here in the form of the 2 Breacher teams, but they can be potent enough, and they really have guided this AdMech force through to the knockout stages. So we have 2 Tech Priests first of all. So a Tech Priest Manipulus, that's this model here. And then we have a Tech Priest Dominus. The Manipulus has Malphonic Susurrus, gives the unit stealth. And then Peerless Eradicator upgrade being given to the Tech Priest Dominus. That's the enhancement for him. We'll cover these 2. So 2 squads of Breachers, squads of 6, with the Heavy Arc Rifles and Hydraulic Claws being taken for those. Then run along the back, we have 3 Dune Crawlers. They're running the neutron lasers, the heavy firepower support, so kind of their own railguns here on 3 of these. Then Belisarius Call is in the list. 3 squads of Rangers with the mixed weapons. So the Transonic Arquebus, the sniper weapon, Plasma Caliver, the Arc Rifle being taken as well. I think it's the Omnispecs on each of these, so ignoring cover with their shooting. We then have Ruststalkers, full squad of 10 of those with their Transonic Razors and Cord Claws, And then finally, we have 2 squads of 5 of the infiltrators with their flechette blasters and taser goads. So that's the list of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Mike Walker will take command to see if he can defeat the T'au with these. Commander and sub-commander have been allocated, so it is the Adeptus Mechanicus Amy Almo as the commander. She's one of the Phoenix Lords on the channel, and she'll go on to Belisarius Call for this battle. And then we have Noah Storasli as the sub-commander. You can go on to the Tech Priest Dominus across here. It's one of the Autarchs on the channel. And just to note regarding Autarchs, there's a number of Autarchs that have signed up and as yet have not joined us on the WhatsApp group. It's optional. You can join us if you wish, but do get in touch. So if you're an Autarch or a gold level Patreon, you can join us on the WhatsApp group that's been formed for them. There's a good number on there already, but do get in touch and join us on that WhatsApp group. Just reach out to me and I can get you added on to that group. So that's the list for both sides. We will take a look at scenario and deployment next. Alright, so we have a mission. It is linchpin, search and destroy for deployment, and then the mission rule is swift action. So for the mission rule with swift action, units that advance or fall back, they can still perform actions in that turn. And then for search and destroy deployment, there's 5 objectives on the board. We're playing in table quarters here. It's nicely marked out for us, just following the line that's already on the map for us with the Nexus mat here from GameMat.eu, but just giving you a line of dice just to make it more visible on camera. So the orange dice, the Xenos dice, marking the deployment zone for the T'au, and then it's nicely revolving around this piece of terrain here in the middle. The red dice marking the deployment zone for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Then 5 objectives on the board. There's one dead center, which is right there in the middle of the portal. There's a home objective each. This one here for the T'au, and then just at the foot of the building over there is the objective, the home objective for the Adeptus Mechanicus, and then 2 more objectives in no man's land, one on the flank across here, and the other one is just around there next to the barricades. So for linchpin, the primary mission, it all revolves around the need to control your home objective. It's very important in this scenario. So if you don't control your home objective, if you're off of it or it's been lost, it's been captured by the opponent, then turn 2 onwards, you get 3 points for each other objective marker that you control. If you do control your home objective, turn 2 onwards, then you'll get 3 points for that home objective and then 5 points for each of the other objectives on the board. So it is crucial, vital that you do hold on to the home objective. That's this one here for the T'au, and that objective across there for the Adeptus Mechanicus. And then from that anchor point, they're moving out to pick up some real good points for those objectives in no man's land. And indeed, there is a big incentive as well to try and kick the opponent off of their home objective to disrupt the points flow for them. Both of us are going to go for the random draw on secondaries. And then for terrain, we're going to play obscuring terrain as on this piece across here. We'll play it as sealed buildings and containers. So infantry, for example, vehicles and so on can shelter partly behind and pick up cover, but exposed on top. And then this whole section across here will be obscuring. This one obscuring. This whole section across here obscuring. The whole building, but not these extra bits at the sides, will be obscuring. That L shape, a lot of containers. The whole of the warp portal will just go by the hard edge for obscuring. And then just to balance out the table, this whole piece, again, going by the hard edge, this little piece across here, and that piece of terrain obscuring as well. And other than that, there's some tank traps and barricades spread out across the table. But we reckon a nice even spread of terrain and some nice obscuring terrain, which is going to be vital here for the big guns, giving units a chance to try and hide and avoid firepower coming through. That's the scenario. Both sides ready to go. We'll now start alternating placing units on the board next. Right, just to mention the battle mat and terrain that we're using in this game. So battle mat is from GameMat.eu. 60 by 44 inches in size. Cyberpunk this one's called, and it's actually one of the double-sided mats from GameMat.eu, and also the Nexus mat as well, which has all the deployment zones that you need for all of the missions for the Nexus deck. There's also inch markings running along the outside of this battle mat as well. And then we're also running the industrial terrain set from GameMat.eu pre-painted. So you get 4 of these. You get 4 of those, the large structure across there, boxes and barrels as well, in with that set. And also the warp portal, the individual piece, as a great centerpiece for your games as well. But you can check out GameMat.eu for your supplies of battle mats, all shapes and sizes. Pre-painted terrain sets available from them as well. There's a link below that you can use, and you'll also find a discount code for 11% off across the store, and they are shipping worldwide. All right, so just deploying the last unit here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Mike saved the Dune crawlers right till the end. So, nice narrative as well for this one. We've got a dead T'au commander in the centre of the board and his fallen comrades around him, so building up for a nice bit of narrative play here for this battle. So for the T'au, quite weighty on reserves, just the usual units for this list going into reserve, which we'll cover those in just a moment. Our last unit we placed was the broadsides, positioned here, trying to make use of this cover. Just in front of them is the Delfish with the breaches inside. They've been joined by the Cadre Fireblade. 2 hammerheads here lurking and anchoring at the back. Just on our objectives is, this home objective is the strike team. They've been joined by the Ethereal, and then one of the stealth teams next to them. Then on the T'au left-hand side, strike team across here, well sheltered by this piece of terrain plus this obscuring terrain across here. And then infiltrating in, just behind the container, and behind the terrain is the second stealth team, and then way over yonder on the extreme left-hand side of its eyes on that flank objective is the Ghost Kill. So that means in reserve for the T'au is the Piranha Squadron, 3 of those. The Breachers, joined by the Cadre Fireblade inside the Delfish, and then deep striking in. The Cold Star Commander has joined the Plasma team, the Crisis Battlesuit team, and then the Sunforged team linking up with the Enforcer Battlesuit to deep strike in turn 2 onwards. So some tasty reserves for the T'au. Mike has put 1 key unit in reserve, but the rest is on the board. So Infiltrators, useful units for getting up the board quickly. One of them's gone onto the left-hand side, just over there. The other one's infiltrated in towards the middle to go for a grab, possibly, for the central objective. Rush Stalkers deploying very aggressively, but sheltered nicely by the terrain. Then the Breacher team, sheltering very well indeed to look well hidden across here. Just next to them to their right is a Ranger squad. This is the Breach team, by the way, that has the Tech Priest Manipulus. Dune Crawlers here, 1, 2, and 3, to move through and fire through that corridor. Then Battle Line unit here on the home objective. The other squad's here on the left-hand side. That means in reserve is the other Breach team. This is the one with the Tech Priest Dominus. They'll come on the flank turn 2 onwards. All right, so next quarterfinal. This is the 3rd one. We'll see how this one goes. This one's a nice firepower lineup here. It's Imperial T'au against proper T'au here. We'll go on to the first turn of the game. First or second? I wouldn't mind going first. And I think we could cope going second. Maybe you're of the same opinion.
I don't know of much.
Each of us could get an angle on some of our stuff.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, there's something. There's prizes available.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't mind.
We're easy going.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll kick off with someone who is a friend of the T'au. Yep. Don't all shout at once. There's a few. Nate Miller. He can decide for us whether to go first or second. It's crucial here for these battles.
I shall do the same then.
Okay. And AdMech, well, in Imperial, yeah, Chris Heim. All right. Here we go. A 1. Certainly not going first. So Mike's got a 5. So AdMech will take the first turn. T'au hidden away pretty good, as we've said already. So it's all a case of whether Mike can get angles of firepower. If he wants to push out and go aggressive, I guess you have to for 10th edition. At No Man's Land, the No Man's Land objectives have to be taken. The home objective has to be held. AdMech ready here to make the first move. We're going to the first turn of the game. It will be the Adeptus Mechanicus that start this fight. Alright, so on turn 1 here for the Adeptus Mechanicus, Mike's just thinking about his move. Cards have been drawn, bring it down, so destroy big stuff, such as hammerheads, devilfish. These are vehicles as well, so you can pick up points for killing those. And then secure no man's land as the elbow, so definitely incentive to move out. If not, just to capture objectives that are very close by. Going after them may mean a bit of exposure, but there's infiltrators ready to jump on objectives. It's on this flank and in the middle as well. And then surely lining up some kind of firepower, if possible. Although T'au units, especially the vehicles, are quite well hidden away. It's a game of angles here as we try to get line of sight, working our way through this obscuring terrain. So Mike can think about his move. So Mike's on the move. Infiltrators going straight for the central objective. This is going to help fulfill one of the secondaries. Rad saturation, we've remembered to do it here, and it's been pretty effective. Some units ducking for cover, others standing firm and being hit. So stood firm with these. It means it's 3s to get them with the rad saturation. Both were hit. Broadsides took 2 wounds. Drop it down to 6 wounds on one of the models. And then took a wound, just the 1 wound here on the devilfish. Then went into voluntary battle shock here to try and duck and avoid with the 2 hammerheads, because I don't think they're going to get targets this turn. Battle shock, still got hit, took 3 wounds, nasty hit. This one escaped. Fire warriors stood firm, were hit, but feel no pain, kept a model alive, and then took battle shock and escaped. It's a vulnerable small unit, so took battle shock and escaped there with the stealth team. And the only other unit inside our deployment zone was this unit here, the strike team, and they took battle shock and avoided rad saturation coming through. Turn 2 onwards, it'll be 3+ to cause a mortal wound, and any T'au units inside their deployment zone as the radiation continues. But the worst of it's out of the way, but some pretty good hits coming through there with that detachment ability. So, whilst we've been talking, second objective has been grabbed across here, and then being followed up by the Ranger team. So as Mike continues his move, I'll call out 5 more names here for supporters that come through for the 300 campaign. It's much appreciated if we can reach the first objective, which is 100, and we're close to doing it. That means we're going to go for 2 battle reports on YouTube channel memberships. As you join us on membership, should be able to make membership a better experience for you. So it's doubling the number of battle reports for channel membership. So an extra battle report coming through each month. And that could be any type of battle report. Could be the League. Could be one of the unique battle report series that we do. So we've got George Sharp, Orin Wing, Ed Delgado, Eric Schroeder, and Ben Kingsley have all joined us at Aspect Warrior level. So to join the channel, follow the link below in the video description, or go to the channel homepage, hit the join button. Any tier counts, we'll call your name out, and you can support the channel at any tier. Same as on Patreon as well. You can join us on Patreon and we'll call your name out, and you can support us there as well, as we all try and push together for this 300 campaign. There's other milestones, 100, then 200. There'll be some things unlocked for that, such as Apocalypse, and then surprises and special announcements if and when we reach the 300 totals. Do please support us on the channel. It really means we can keep the content coming, improve and expand what we do. We'll let the AdMech continue their move. So Mike's in Protector Doctrina Imperative, which will make these a little bit harder to hit, which will help negate some of the marker lighting coming through. And then this unit here has stealth as well, so it can, if it's -1, then I get +1, then it's -1 back down again. So that's the idea with those. And this is a good move with these. Breaches have moved out, they've advanced. Now they have this obscuring terrain to cover them, and then there's 2 corridors of firepower, one down this direction, one down this direction. Mike sat here. If the T'au venture out across here or here within range 24, he's got an excellent overwatch opportunity with those. So I think that's a good move. T'au going to have to try and figure out how to deal with that. Belisarius Call pushing forwards with them as well. Ruststalkers going forwards a little, but swinging to their right, but still hugging the terrain. A bold move from the infiltrators. They have now camped themselves out on top of the central objective. Dune Crawlers more cagey from them, just getting into position across here, but not full committal yet with those. Then Ranger team on the objective. The other Ranger teams across here. Their primary objective is to stay alive and to make sure they help those with the full reroll staying within 6 inches. Their sticky objective as well, so that home objective is well and truly under AdMech control. Then infiltrators moving out. Did these advance to get there? Maybe they did.
No, they the ones that had infiltrated to start with, they were
here. Just simple 8-inch move to get around there. Yep, so that's now been claimed.
So
and then Rangers have moved up. Scouted and moved up.
And then
oh, right, yeah, they get scout as well. Okay, so Rangers in support. Looks like the AdMech are now going after 2 objectives, which is a good, healthy position to be in. Movement's done. Shooting.
I'm gonna.
Oh.
Everything is because.
Yeah, can't see. There's nothing.
Blocks.
Yeah.
Blocks. You're heading over there.
Oh,
this is
boy.
line of sight blocking, and they're not touching the terrain, so there's absolutely.
There is no shooting.
Nope.
All right. We will finish the turn and see if any points can be traded in. Hang on a second. Got a little bit of ting crosses. So infiltrators with their flechette blasters. We'll roll this one up here. 25 shots. They're 5 shots each. And they'll put some shots into the front of this devilfish here just to give it a tickle. It's a lot of shots though. Gone are the days of... What was that combo you used to do in 9th edition?
Oh,
Vengeance of Mars or something. The Wrath of Mars. And it was mortal wounds and crazy stuff we used to be able to do. But not now in 10th. But they were potent. They really were potent enough. Yeah, it was like a deep striking 50-shot ambush at 2s to hit, rerolling 1s, and then fishing for mortal wounds.
Yeah, it was.
It was good. Anyway.
Not pleasant. Yep, so 4s?
3s with the updated rules here for being Protector.
So 3s.
So hitting the target's the easier part. Then it'll be 6s for wounds. Should get a few.
All my 6s were done in the shooting.
And there's 3. Okay, and then 3 ups. And a wound sneaks in. Okay, so dropping down to 11 wounds on the Devilfish. We'll trade in cards here, if any, and see what points come through. Alright, so points going through. Secure No Man's Land for 5 points, off to a good start. Then Mike's going to keep bring it down. The destruction of a T'au vehicle, multiple vehicles, Mike can pick up points for that. So end of turn 1 here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. More manoeuvring here as opposed to firepower. We'll see what the T'au do, whether they can get some angles for some early shots. We'll go on to their first turn coming up next. Right, movement here for the T'au. We're just interrupting because there's a little bit of shenanigans going on. Cards drawn is Containment. So it's getting onto flanks or battlefield edges outside of my deployment zone in the shooting phase performing actions. Really do think we can go for that one. Pretty good on points. And then Extend Battle Lines is the other one, which is controlling the home objective and then gaining one of the No Man's Land objectives, which we've already done with the Ghost Kill over in the far corner. So movement, we have just sideways move the Devilfish across, just going over the terrain and the models with the fly keyword. 12 took us to here. Then we were set up for Overwatch. I wanted to get out of that as much as possible, so I wanted advanced, rolled a 1, command rerolled, got a 5. So then shifted across to here. Mike could still see with half the squad, but as elected not to Overwatch, it would have been 6 dice, 6 is rerollable. Could have got a couple of hits, then wounding on 4+ is anti-vehicle 4+, then I would have got a save on top of that, and by the time you work your way through that, it's not much chance of much damage coming through. So we've avoided Overwatch, just skimming across here at longer range. I'm going to disembark now and go for an early attack with the Breacher team that's inside. You can do that with the Devilfish. Units disembark from this transport. They can disembark from this transport after it's advanced, so it is possible to do that. And I can still shoot. Count 7 being made, having made a normal move, so I can disembark and shoot with them, but we can't charge into close combat. We'll press on with the move here for the T'au. They're trying to sneak around the edges as much as they can. Alright, so we've pressed on the rest of our moves. Disembarking here with the Breachers, so very close proximity contact straight away. A little fight developing for this objective on the right hand side. Broadsides have sidestepped, just tiptoeing along here, trying to keep out of Overwatch range as well, which they've managed to. So just because it's range 24, the weapons are range 36, but it's range 24. For Overwatch, Hammerheads move round, Stealth teams move round, Strike teams moved up on top of the home objective, Hammerheads move around here. Stealth teams shifted back in this direction to get hold of a 9. They can do this board edge for containment. Moving to rapid fire range 15, there with the other strike team. And then very, very useful, the ghost skill's moved out onto that objective. It'll sit on that, helping to fulfill the secondary, then also lay down some firepower. It's in this direction. That's movement done. Shooting phase next for the tower. They've got a fair bit of firepower available. So we'll start with the strike team across here. They're in rapid fire. 20 shots. 4s to hit. They can't guide or be guided. They're battle shocked. Plus Mike's got stealth.
Yep.
5s. And we get 2. God, they're not easy to hit. And we cause a wound. You're in cover. So you may even find you've gone up to a 3-up save on top of that as well. Yeah, 3+ save. Yeah, shrugs that off. No problem. Okay. All right, so we're going to go for guiding and observing here. So this unit broadside is going to guide the breacher team into there. I'm actually going to shoot with these first, and then we'll come to those. But we're just declaring now who's observing and who's being guided in. So we're going to split fire with these. They're not being guided, so they're just going to split fire normally. This one can't see across in this direction. This heavy air rifle is going to go into here. I'm going to use up the Seeker missile now because I think I'm probably going to take casualties. He's going to die next turn, so I'm just going to let loose with that. Plasma's just out of range. 2 plasmas from here are going to go across there into the stealth infiltrator team, and then heavy air rifles. And the 2 Seeker missiles on top are going to go all the way into the distance to that Dune Crawler over there. So a bit of long-range firepower. In which case we'll turn to the natural choice for long-range firepower, Longbow BB, who is a tower player himself. We'll use some dice. He actually donated, I think, to the channel. So we'll use these in anger here. We'll kick off with the heavy rail rifles. 2 of them going against the Dune Crawler. You might be able to pop smoke, just saying, but...
I can, yeah.
The option's there.
So
we'll be hitting you on 4s with moves. We're not going to get heavy.
So smoke would be
5s.
5s?
T'au Technology made the decision for Mike here. Weapon support systems. Each time the bearer makes a ranged attack, ignore all modifiers. So we'll just go ahead here. Need 4s with these. And here we go. Ugh.
Did they all miss?
They all missed. 2 Seeker missiles. Oh, that's annoying. We could have really gone for that. 1 hit comes through. 3s to wound. And we do get a wound. Okay, so Seeker missile is AP -3, but a cover -2. So 4-up save or 4+ invulnerable save either way.
Either way, yeah. We've got a random orange dice here.
Okay. Green dice goes through. So it'll be D6 +1 damage if you want to try and block that.
No.
Okay, I'll stick with the frosty dice.
2.
Yeah, I'm tempted to come on reroll, but I'm being too casual with those. We'll hold it or save. CPs are very useful, so we'll leave it. Just 2 wounds being caused. So, T'au firepower is a bit of a floppy fish at the moment. We'll keep going. Twin plasma rifles then. There's 2 of those coming across here. These are stealth, so it's going to be 5s. Xenos dice. I'm sorry, but I'll stick with these. Double 6. 2s to wound. 1 comes through. So, invuln, I think you have.
Yeah, 5+.
5+. Blocked. Cashes. Okay. Heavy rail rifle, 2 shots into them, in 5s. And finally, the Seeker missile is going to be used up and misses as well. And that's firepower from them finished, apart from the missile drones. So, 2 drone shots from here because it's the Markolite model is with him, or the drone. 1 hit comes through, and it is a wound. -1+1s, you're back on to 4-ups. So 1 save 4+. Blocked. Trying to kill something. And then we have 2 shield drones each, or missile drones, so it's all of these. Then 6s though, because we're firing at a stealth target, going after the breaches across there, and that really has protected Mike, with no wounds coming through the broadsides. Moving, not firing, not firing all at the same target, not being guided, and they really have done poorly here and may well be punished for that. So there's no guarantees here of T'au firepower. They are struggling. We'll switch over to the breaches. Fire with those next. I'm going to try a combo across here to try and amplify these as much as possible. So I'm going to spend the CP on a stratagem called Point Blank Ambush. It's an extra AP -1, basically, just to knock Mike's armor save down. There's a Cadre Fireblade of them, so it's going to be 20 shots, plus an extra shot each. So 30 shots. They're guided. They actually go up to 2s to hit, but then Mike is stealth. So Mike will go down, or we'll go down to 3 ups for our hits coming through. I'll roll over here. Alright, so we've picked up a Patreon. Connor Collins, he's a T'au player, and he says, use it for firepower. Well, Connor, now's your time. Looking for 3s. Good few ones. It's alright. Nothing kicks in for KOYO just yet, but it's a nice lot of hits coming through. Toughness 4.
Toughness 4, yeah.
Yeah. 3s to wound. Taking away the 1s and 2s, which I will re-roll. I haven't forgotten this time. Breach and clear. If you're on an objective, we get re-roll wound rolls. So that could really help us out here. Yeah, it really has helped. It's given us nice, reliable wounding coming through. So nearly 20. So there's 19 saves here. Ouch. 19 saves with AP -2 in total. Add Mike's on +1 though for cover. So taking you to a 5 up save or 5+ invulnerable save. 19 dice neem 5s. Hoping this is enough just to scrub the unit and get rid of them. That is the plan. Mini battle for this objective.
What's the damage of that?
Damage 1.
Damage 1.
Yeah.
So I need way above average.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope. 1, 2,
There's a good number of 5s there, but it's not going to be enough.
4, 5, yeah.
Alright, target destroyed. Alright, so target cleared. There was the Cadre Fireblade as well, but its firepower wasn't required in the end. That's cleared the objective and help us take that. For now, at least, we have claimed this flank objective. So we'll use some Michael Fryer firepower next. Onto... I think I said Michael Fryer firepower. Sorry. But anyway, we'll go for the ghost kill, and it's definitely gonna go into this team across here, the breaches. They've got stealth thanks to the Tech Priest Manipulus, so it's gonna be -1 to hit them. So ghost kills, I could need 5s. It's gonna be 5s again. And we get a hit. We are overcharging. I'm gonna try and wound here. We do get a wound. AP -2. Bit of cover if you take as one of the models that is in cover. So -1 takes you to a 4 up.
4 up, yeah.
And that's been blocked. Good dice rolling here. The green dice have been good so far. Hazardous. We're okay. So we've pressed ahead with the remaining T'au firepower, which was stealth team, strike team, and both hammerheads, unleashing everything they had into the infiltrators across here. And they've been hard to hit with stealth and not being guided because we've got battle shocked units. We've struggled to hit targets. Mike passed a string of 5+ invulnerable saves, even taking railguns on the chest, such as the boldness of the infiltrators here. So 1 model slain, 1 wound on another, but the rest have survived. That central objective has well and truly been claimed. So well done to the AdMech for anchoring that so boldly. They'll receive their reward on their next turn. Firepower is complete now for the T'au. We then activated this advance, but because of swift action mission roll, we're able to perform actions, whole within 9. So containment across here. Containment from the other stealth team outside of our deployment zone. Also, that's raked us in 6 victory points for that one. It's a good one to pick up early on in the battle. Extend battle lines has granted us 5 victory points as well. So not much impact from T'au firepower at all, but a good number of points coming for 11 points in total. 11 points to 5 is the current score. Very early stages though in this battle. We'll go on to the second turn of the game. T'au have moved out for sure. We'll see how the AdMech respond. We'll go on to their second turn coming up next. All right, things are getting spicy here as the AdMech line up some firepower and potential charges as well. Cards drawn. Bring it down remains in play, so destroying vehicles. Mike's got some opportunities here. No prisoners as well, destroying anything. Whole units being destroyed, which there are some softer T'au targets to go after. Plus, you've picked up 8 points.
Yeah.
3 here, and 5 for the central objective. So some primary points coming through here as well with the AdMech. Looking healthy enough for them at this stage. Casualties minimal, and they're lining themselves up for some decent firepower. So Dune Crawlers moving across, different angles of them, keeping the battle line units sheltered, but within 6 inches, crucially, of these, which have pushed forwards down in this corridor. This is the direction they're now heading. Next to them is Belisarius Call. He's moving through as well. I'm going to zoom in just so you can see him. There he is, next to those. As battle line unit across here, just watching flanks, bearing in mind deep strikers as well. Bearing in mind T'au got flanking units, deep strikers available. Then we have this team's move round. I think the idea with these is to fire, maybe charge, and then just to go after this objective. The fight for this objective continues. And then Ruststalkers moving through. 8-inch move of those. Certainly a potential charge available with them. Mike has kept the other breach team off the board, struggling to get areas to put them on, to get angles for firepower. So Mike's going to wait and bring them on turn 3, which will open up more opportunities for you because you can come on along my back line and so on, which could be a possibility. That's movement done here for the AdMech. All right, so I was looking at rapid ingress, but no, we'll leave it for now. We'll not panic. We'll not run around like a wet hen, as Wellington would say. We'll go on to shooting phase then for the AdMech. T'au need to brace themselves here. We may well be punished. I thought he would go for this. Grenade stratagem going first to soften up the breachers. Look at this fight. It's not always the big stuff fighting. Sometimes it's just down to the smaller details on a battlefield. This fight for this flank objective, quite crucial for this game. This is a knockout battle. Whoever gets the highest amount of points will go through. The loser will be out of the league and gone. So, no pressure. Away you go.
This whole unit will be Nicholas Lucas.
Nicholas Lucas grenade.
Yeah, so 4s.
And it's all right. It's 4 wounds caused. That's a very good use of the grenade strap. Yeah, it's good. I was checking for Guardian drones. Minus 1 to the wound roll, so the grenades just bypasses that just with straight up mortal wounds. So well done. And then now I guess you've got the full weight of the squad to unleash everything it has into them.
Yeah, and I ignore cover because of the enemy specs.
Ah, right.
The Conqueror Darkroom. I improve my weapon skill by 1, so that's in the close combat.
For charge, yep.
Yeah, and then because I'm within a battle line unit of myself, AP characteristic is improved by 1.
Fine, not bad. Okay.
So I just need to go down these.
Yeah, there's a lot of weapons here, but there's plenty of firepower options here. Breaches now, I think, find themselves in trouble. So Sam Hermes' firepower now is going to come from the squad, another Imperial player. So we have Mechanicus Pistol, first of all. Pretty much, there's some high caliber stuff with extra wounds. Mike may well save that for the Cadre Fireblade when he gets to him. So Mechanicus Pistol just to start us off. Needing a 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Then we're looking at galvanic rifles. 12 shots for those. Needing 4s.
Oh, yeah. Shots needing 4s. I was rolling here.
Oof. It's fine. And then it'll be 3s to wound. It'll be 4s to wound, actually, because of the Guardian drone. Which doesn't help us this time around. 3 make it through.
With an extra AP and ignores core.
Okay, then we're dropping down to 5%. Yeah, 3 more gone. Yeah, been taken out here pretty bad. Okay, and then we have the plasma caliber. Damage 1, 2 shots.
Yeah. 4s. 1 hit.
Yeah. 2s for a wound.
Ooh.
No. Okay. There's the arc rifle. 2 shots.
4s again. Yeah. 2.
2 hits. 2s to wound.
2.
-1 becomes -2. 6s. Yeah, it's damage D3. It's just going to wreck 2 more. And the last shot is the sniper rifle across here, which will be a 4+. That hits. 2s to wound again.
Oh, 2s, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and it's a straight up kill. Let's wipe the squad. And that drone goes with him. That drone goes with him. And Breach is removed from play. Breach and clear, but it's been done against us. Good shooting from the Rangers. There's something about this AdMech force. They were battered at the start of the season. All of a sudden... Oh, the rules changed from Games Workshop. They all of a sudden got a bit better. They really have got much better. There's some very potent units. They've performed very well in their previous game, and now they're starting to teach the T'au about firepower. It's going very well for them so far. We'll move on to the next unit. Belisarius School is going to fire his solar atomizer. It's going into here.
Yeah, so it's D3 shots.
Okay.
For 2.
Okay.
Hitting on 2s. 2 hits.
Yep.
And then it'll be strength 14.
Toughness 6.
2s.
So 2s. Goes through.
-3 or -4.
-4. -3 for cover. So 5 ups on this model here. We'll do one at a time. No. And yes. So whatever damage on one of them is
3.
Straight up 3. Dropping us down to 3 left. Like so. Okay. So now coming from the back line, neutron lasers are going to come through here from the Dune Crawlers. The advantage for them is that Mike's been able to line up all 3 of those to go after the one target. And he's getting his shots in first. Looks like the AdMech are one step ahead of the T'au. It's a good situation to be in.
Martin, Vagabond.
Yeah, Vagabond firepower then for the first one. Neutron laser now is 3 shots. No longer blast though.
Yeah. So I'll be hitting you on 3s.
Okay. Did you move?
Yeah.
He did move, okay.
Oh, he didn't move.
No. So it's heavy.
3s, 2s.
Yeah, Mike's on Conqueror. So it's not +1 to hit rolls for shooting. It's better AP. But did sit still, so it will be +1 to hit rolls. It's going to be 3s. 3 dice needing 3s.
Yeah.
This is crucial firepower. If these are wiped, that's a 300-point unit for the T'au. All right.
2
hits. This is Vagabond firepower. 2s to wound. Strength 14. Oh. 1 goes through. And AP -4 or 5.
This is AP4 goes to AP5 because of the
Conqueror.
Yeah.
Oh boy, 6 up for cover then. Oh, Xenos dice. Thank you so much. That's 1 down, 2 more to go though. There's some stubber firepower as well if they're in range. Stubber's all out of range, falling about here. The front one will though. That one is in range for its stubbers, but Mike will go with neutron lasers again. Bowhill and Field Marshal Robert, Gold Level Patron.
Yeah, so
3s.
4s.
4s now, yes, because you moved. This is a test here for the green dice.
No.
You all missed. Whoa. We're both whiffing.
Stubbers.
Stubbers next. 2 hits.
5s.
No wounds. Do you take an extra? Remember? You get 1 stubber normal, and then you get an extra if you take the neutron laser. That's another 3 shots. Okay. And the wounds. Blocked.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This
It's getting tricky.
Well.
There's 1 left to go. Same target. Surely it's pretty much the only target you can go after. All right. 3 shots. Maxfield Knuckles, another Imperial player, to guide these shots home.
We need all of them.
Oh, no. Oh, ouch, my mind. I just read the future. I'm seeing keyboard warriors writing, why is he using the green dice again? They were brilliant in previous games, like really good, but they've not come through against firepower against these broadsides. I've struggled, Mike struggled here at long range as well. But all is not over yet. There is a full-on breacher team staring down in this direction.
Yes.
It looks like...
yeah.
Right, okay.
I'm clutching at straws.
They're going to offload... I imagine... Well, there's this as well. We'll let Mike decide what he wants to do. Breach team is available. Which direction they decide to go. Whether here, or split, or see. So Travis and Jen firepower. We can split this. Mike's going to go for these 2 in rapid. Here against the Devilfish. That'll be 8 shots. 4 each. And then these 4 models, 2 shots each, another 8 shots. Mike's going to split, he's going to put them in here. He's going to get the full-on reroll thanks to the battle line unit, and then something else you're going to do next.
Pay the CP to...
Give them lethal hits. Lethal dosage, I think it's called.
Lethal dosage, yeah, to give me...
Right. So lethal hits wherever Mike shoots.
Yeah, so the first 8 this direction.
Gen shots.
Yeah. 4's reroll.
A couple of hits, but the reroll.
Yeah, I think it's here.
It's an oil slick. Right, it's good recovery. So another 3 come through.
That's fine. Oh, yeah.
So you're now going to get anti-vehicle 4+.
Anti-vehicle 4+, yeah.
And it's all right. 3 come through.
This is an extra AP on this one, so they are...
It's for the Conqueror Doctriner.
-3.
Bit of cover -2. 5 ups. Well, we block 1. So 3 damage a time.
Yeah.
So 6 damage coming through, dropping us down to 5. So serious damage coming through, but the Devilfish remains alive. 5 wounds left. And then 8 shots across here against these.
Yeah. 4s. 6s would be nice.
And that's a much better roll. Yeah, it's a really good roll. Way above average.
Oh. And then it'll be 3's the one, I believe.
I think your strength 8. Oh no. Yeah, what's strength for you? Strength 8.
Yeah.
Toughness 6. Yeah, 3's to wound. And fantastic. Yeah, really good. Very, very good.
4, 6, 7 at -3.
7 at -3. We'll go one at a time for the cover guy. Probably cover from this one as well. So I'll do 2 at a time. So -3 from you, bit of cover, -2, takes me to 4 ups. And I'm going to call upon Carl Roden for his...
3 damage each.
Yeah, tearing a chit in here to try and help us. Block 1, 1 goes through. Yep. I'll command reroll now. Because we'll try and keep them alive. So command reroll's worked. So we'll just move along here. So 7 in total, there's 5 left. So here comes the next one. Now we're dead, so we've lost him. And then we'll roll the others. Roll another 2. 4 ups. Block those 2. And blocked 1, fouled 1. Okay, so this one's gone. And then 3 wounds dropping down to 5 wounds left on this model across here. I would say we've got off pretty lightly from that one. It could have been a lot worse, but damage has certainly come through. Significant wounds on him, and one of the broadsides removes a 100-point model, so not too bad. So Presto with firepower have gone on to charges. Some flechette blaster firepower going into the stealth team, but no wounds come through. 2 charges taking place. The Cadre Fireblade has now been swamped by the Rangers charging in. Michael then pile in and tap into the vehicle to disrupt that. I could have used combat embarkation at score, but I've got no CP left, so I couldn't save him. He's been swamped by those AdMech models. And then across here, it's impressive to see, but the Rush Stalker's going in against the strike team. We'll just zoom in so you can capture that. Oh, it does look tasty. Nice. They've got a heap of attacks. 7-inch charge made with +1 to that. At 8 inches, there's a piling move to make, so most of those models will get to fight. We'll go on to combat resolution next. So Mike's made some piling moves. Everyone's going to fight the Cadre Fireblade, and then still tapping into this though, just to disrupt the Devilfish. Correct. Full squad, 9 attacks, and then there's the 2 attacks coming from.
So 8 attacks.
No, you're a full squad.
9,
yeah, 9 regulars.
Plus 1 to the melee attack, so hitting on 3s.
Okay, 3s. Strength 3, toughness 3, 4's to wound. And the Cadre Fireblade's got 2 shield drones. He's up to 5 wounds, so he might survive.
Yeah, no, it's 4.
4 make it through, and we block 2. So 2 wounds taken, dropping down to 3 wounds left. 2 attacks now with the Alpha. 2 hits, 3's to win this time, and AP -1, which does go through. Hits him as well with the mace. It's dropping down to 2 wounds left. I'll just put it on top of the objective. But Cadre Fireblade remains alive, but he has been swamped by that squad. We're going to the Rust Stalkers next. Alright, so moving in, getting most of the models in combat. 40 attacks coming from the regular models.
Blood Angels Ryan.
Blood Angels Ryan, perfect timing.
This will be on 3s.
Yes.
Ugh.
They're way better than what they were. They've upped the attacks. 5 attacks each, right? Cold Claw and Transonic Razor. Wow. All right, looking pretty much average. Bang on target. 3s to wound. 3s to kill.
Yep, and infantry 3 plus devastating wounds and precision.
Extra AP -1 in close combat.
Yep.
Ooh. And your AP -2 as standard.
As standard, yeah.
Gonna bypass my armor then.
So we're going to look on 3s.
3s for kills. Take them off. They're gone. Whoa, boy, that's chop suey, that one. That one, god damn me. Horrific. Good work for the Rust Stalkers.
18 in total.
Wow. So good work for the Rust Stalkers. They kind of have to sit where they are. They can't make it into other targets or in range of objectives. They'll hold their position as they pick over the corpses of those dead T'au Fire Warriors. Combat's finished, turn finished. Aggression really good here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. They've reclaimed this objective, continue to hold the central objective, now plunging in amongst the T'au lines, causing havoc with the Rust Stalkers as well. Good work from them, but some opportunities missed, some firepower hasn't gone through. T'au have kept some assets alive. Plus, remember these reserves that they can bring on this turn onwards. We'll give you an update on the score as we finish off turn 2 for the AdMech. Okay, so points coming through. 2 points for destroying a vehicle across here. So bring it down, and then
no prisoners. I killed 2 units
of infantry for another 4 points. Plus 8 for primaries. Not too bad. 19 points in total now. 11 points for the T'au. The T'au not too far behind. They'll pretty much equal that with 3 and 5 as we go on to their second turn coming up next. So we're going to T'au turn 2. They need to contain the AdMech. They're starting to break out in different parts of the battlefield. But T'au can't get too distracted by these units pushing forwards. We've got to get deeper in amongst the AdMech to try and take down their firepower as well. And at the same time, keep an eye over our shoulder because there is a second breacher squad waiting to arrive, which will no doubt turn up on turn 3. So T'au need to move carefully here, and they've got to make an impact if the AdMech get ahead and stay ahead. The AdMech going through, and the T'au will lose their opportunity to go for the Channel Crown. Turn 2 for the T'au come up next, a critical point in the battle for them. All right, so turn 2 for the T'au, a lot of manoeuvring going on here for them, trying to get ahead with firepower, trying to repulse AdMech attacks and progress on the board, and committing all of our reserves to the fight. So spicy on Mike's turn. It may well turn flaming hot here on turn 2 for the T'au. We'll see. There's pressure on them to do well. We have cards of Storm Hostile Objective and Behind Enemy Lines. Not the best cards for us. So we're going to focus on trying to repulse the AdMech units. So, remaining close combat across here, the Cadre Fireblade who busted on morale, so he's battle shocked. And remaining close combat with the Devilfish. Remaining stationary with these, the broadsides. Hammerhead's gone forwards 10 inches, heading off towards this objective. Stringing along here with the stealth team, and then arriving from reserves, committing at this point in the game, is Commander NATO and his plasma team. They've landed here. So the idea of them turning up at this angle is just to get line of sight towards one of the breaches, to offload all of our firepower and not land directly in front of them and be overwatched and shot at by the entire squad. It's a bit of a sneaky move here from the T'au, but just trying to catch them at a better angle, a healthier angle for us. Then there's these Rust Stalkers to try and deal with at full strength. So Fire Warriors have moved out, Hammerhead's pushed forwards, and they're forced really to bring on reserves, not really where I wanted them to go, but turning up here with the Piranhas to cover our back door, which Mike's going around another doorway anyway. It looks like he may well be going for a rapid ingress move over in that corner. We'll come to that in just a moment. Piranhas have turned up here, and then the idea is to lend some firepower support, try and get rid of those Rust Stalkers if we can. Then turning up here, perhaps again early, should wait for turn 3, but I feel the need is now. We've been pushed back by this model, but just over 9 inches away landing here, managed to get all of these just about in range 12 to unleash their Fusion Blaster firepower into this Dune Crawler. So they've turned up there. Mike scrapped this idea. Rapid ingress was possible, but the idea is that Mike turns up and then he can't do anything. He just have to sit there and then take potentially a fair bit of firepower coming through. The idea is if he survives, he can then go off and try and contest that objective, go after that objective on his turn, but it may well be too costly. So he's kept that unit off. If he brings them on his turn, they can turn up from reserve and then shoot. So he's going to hold off for now. First bit of firepower. Sunforge team across there. Are going to fire into that Dune Crawler. That is their target. They're all in range. I'm going to guide them in with this unit across here, which does have line of sight towards them. So that's the first pairing that we're going to go for. So we'll start with the Army Commander. Commander Ghost Tide. 4 Fusion Blasters. Hitting on 2's being guided. We've got weapon support systems here, so each time the bearer makes a ranged attack, you ignore any or all modifiers. So smoke's going to be negated, yeah. So we're going to go for 2's with these. You're not being guided by Markerlite team though, because the Markerlite did have one here on this model, but it was the model that was slain. We're looking at 2's here for our firepower, and there is 2 1s, but 2 hits have come through. We'll try and wound with these 2. Toughness on you?
Yeah.
Okay. 5's to wound. And re-rolling the wound roll. So just the 1 comes through. That'll be a 4+ invulnerable save. You may well struggle here.
Nope. Not
that goes through.
No.
Okay. Come on, re-roll.
What's the damage?
D6. That's it. But it's re-rollable.
9 ones left. No, go ahead.
D6, a 3, which I'll keep. I think I'd be silly to reroll that. If we had a rerolled, it would have been a 1. Ha! Okay, drop it down to 6 left.
6, yeah.
Don't know if we'll get the target here. So we're now looking for his Fusion Blaster friends. They're going to need 4s. All right, that's not bad. So 4 hits come through. 5's to wound. Yeah, 2. Reroll these ones. Another 1. 3 more saves of 4+. Critical roll. 2 make it through. So yeah, command reroll.
What's the damage?
Damage d6 each time. So if you're looking at 2d6 damage, rerollable. If you block one of those, then obviously you're going to half that effect.
No.
Oof, some tough choices here when to use the command reroll. So roll up 6 and 1. So when that's enough, we've done enough. We'll reroll that 10 damage. And almost, but no. Target destroyed. They've taken it down just about, but Crisis Battlesuit team removes one of the Dune Crawlers from play. So we'll go these. We'll go Plasma into here, and then the heavy rail rifles over into the middle Dune Crawler. Chris Comiskey firepower for this one. So need 4s. And 2 make it through. We're now looking at 3s to wound. Yeah, 1 goes through on devastating. So 1 save of a 4+ invulnerable save from the heavy rail rifle. No. Mike's going to command reroll this one because it is d6 plus 1. It's nasty enough.
Yeah, so Michael German.
No. So we'll go for the normal damage, 6 and 1, 7, and then the devastating wounds, another 4, which I think's gonna be enough.
No,
7, 11? Yeah, 11.
Oh, you've done 11.
Yeah,
Okay.
gotcha. Yeah, because that's 9 plus 1 on each is 11. Right, target destroyed, doesn't detonate. All of a sudden, the T'au firepower starts to cut. Yeah, this is nasty stuff. Crisis Battlesuit teams, Mike's got stealth, but they're just going to bypass it again, the weapon support systems. Each time on this unit makes range, they can ignore any or all modifiers to the hit roll. So we have 2 shots each from these. They're being guided in by the stealth team. 4 shots, though, from the commander, Commander T'au. So I'll roll these like so. There's a few things going on. So being guided in, +1 to the hit rolls, first of all. Going against a fresh target, we'll get to reroll our hit rolls. Example of the Cadian across here as well. So any 6s will be sustained hits of 2. I can do that on turn 2 onwards. And also we've talked about already the weapon support systems, ignoring all modifiers. So this is the big roll here. We'll go for Joash 4th for this firepower. So Commander NATO, first of all, he will need 2s. And I'll reroll just this one. All right. So he's got himself 4 hits with a 6, is sustained 2. And then the squad, 3s. And we'll reroll. We'll keep those. Okay, so 1 miss. Those have hit. That's sustained 2. So 2 and 2. So there's a good volley coming through. Then we will need 3s to wound. And then these 1s can be re-rolled because they were guided in by a stealth team. And that's helped. We'll take away those. So it's dangerous enough for sure. It's 12 saves. And with that, just a key point here, because we are stripping cover, because it's a Markerlite guidance that's going on. It's AP -3. So Mike will drop to the 6+ invulnerable save that they have on 12 dice. And each one is damage 3, so this is nasty enough for sure.
Take them off.
Take them off. Ouch, including the leader as well. That is some ambush here. Commander NATO turning up and decimating that unit in the centre of the board. So we've pressed on and done firepower here from the stealth team over into the Rustalkers, and no damage coming through. There was a fusion blast to hit, but Mike passed a 5-up invulnerable save. Okay, so the original intent was to clear those. It's worked. It's now freed us up to shoot into Belisarius' Call, and we'll do that with this hammerhead across here. We'll fire the 2 Seeker missiles and the main railgun, so a chance to snipe him if possible. And we'll turn to yo-ho thieves and robbers. We'll turn to the pirate for this one. So Mitch, not Keith or Rob for this firepower. Give a pirate a railgun and he'll go for this kind of shot. So we need, I think it's a 3+. So there's no one to guide us in. So see if we can hit the slug. Oh, we do. Yeah, I thought we're just checking. It is a 3 because it's got the monster keyword, +1 to hit rolls for monsters and vehicles. Now try and wound you.
Toughness here.
6 from the pirate. So that's going to be, how many wounds has he got?
10.
10. All right, it's not gone. Okay, so it's
What's the minus? Is it devastating?
devastating. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
D6 +2. 8 damage caused against him.
Down to 2.
Down to 2 wounds left. Yeah, I'm tempted to command reroll. But we need the precious CP for other things. So we'll go for 2 Seeker missiles. So we can use our built-in reroll for this one. It's 2 hits. Toughness on you?
8.
3s to wound. 2 wounds do go through. They're not devastating. It's AP -3. Cover -2.
4 up in one anyway.
4 ups. Blocked 1, but not the other.
Is there anything else can shoot him?
Command rolls would have been used way earlier on with the Dune Crawler.
You'd be correct.
And I think I'm guaranteed a kill here because it's D6 +1. Yeah, 2 and 1, 3 wounds. And Belisarius' Call, with his bodyguard protection stripped away, has succumbed to the pirate hammerhead. Be a good theme, Pirate T'au. Okay. All right, we'll move on here, but blistering stuff from the T'au. Right, so we pressed ahead with firepower. Some Daka coming from the vehicle, but no wounds, no damage coming through. The firepower here, hammerhead, these, It's not Riptide, the Ghost Kill, it's the Stealth Team. This squad firing down. It's managed to cause heavy enough casualties on the Rush Stalkers, just the 2 of them left. A good number of hits and wounds coming through. That's firepower complete for the T'au. We'll go on to charges for them next. Okay, so we've pressed ahead. Firepower's finished, gone on to charges. We said the Hammerhead can charge, it's gone to the base of this roll at 11, so the charge went ahead. We then used our CP, which we saved for tank shocks, 10 dice, toughness 10, but only managed to cause 2 devastating wounds or mortal wounds, so removing one of the infiltrators from play. But still they remain on that objective, still they hold it. Charged across here as well, rolled an 11 for a charge of this Hammerhead. No damage caused against the Rush Stalkers. They inflicted a devastating wound in return. We're just trying to tie those up as much as we can with the Hammerheads pushing through. There's this combat across here to resolve, and then the turn's finished here for the T'au. Alright, so combat's resolved across here. Cadre Fireblade's gone, destroyed, and no further damage being caused by the Devilfish. Points coming through. We've dumped both of our secondaries. Storm hostile objective. Yes, and then the other one was behind enemy lines as well, which we've kind of lost that opportunity, bringing our reserves onto other parts of the tables. Dumped those, got a CP, trying to draw fresh cards next time around. But that starved us of secondary points coming through. So the score at this stage, at turn 2, the end of turn 2 for both sides, is 19 points each. But having said that, the T'au have certainly caused more damage. They've taken out an entire Breacher team. 2 of the Dune Crawlers have been removed from play. And they've caused trouble for the Rush Stalkers as well. So T'au have got themselves ahead as far as damage output's concerned. But despite that, dogged resistance from the AdMech, hanging on to this objective, and Michael cash in for that one. And also, heroically, for the central objective with these infiltrators, they have secured that central objective for another 5. And Mike still holds the home objective as well. So 13 points about to come in for the Adeptus Mechanicus as we go on to, what will that be then? Turn 3. Middle stage of the game.
Yeah, is it only turn 3?
That's moving on to the middle stage. T'au have caused damage, but they've got to get more points than the AdMech. It might be a case of just batten down the hatches and trying to see this game through. It's a case of trying to withstand T'au firepower and to blunt any T'au attacks coming through. It's tough enough. T'au units are massed across here. Mike holds on to these no man's land objectives for now. But how does he hold on to them for the remainder of the game is the question. We'll go on to turn 3 now for the Adeptus Mechanicus coming up next. Alright, so turn 3 here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Cards drawn. Very useful. Defend Stronghold. It may well be the case that Mike just tries to keep his head down, survive here, and just rake the points in and frustrate the T'au. But Defend Stronghold, very useful. Just hold on to that home objective. This marker is just showing you sticky because of Ranger teams that have been nearby and they have sticky objective. Sabotage is the other card. Mike paid a CP to dump behind enemy lines and then got Sabotage instead, but he's going to go for that again just to rake the points in. 13 points coming through for primaries as well. This team's move round. No intent to take these on and destroy them, but to disrupt and tie them down and prevent firepower. Yes, so Mike's going for disruption across here. Dune Crawler on position on the objective, plus it's the marker there showing you it's sticky as well. Then Mike's reserve has turned up here. Breachers have arrived on this side to put some firepower across in this direction. Advancing through and getting a toehold on this objective Sabotage. It can be done, again, because of swift action. Falling back or advancing units can still perform actions. The Sabotage is going to go on this piece of terrain across here. Remaining in close combat and still holding the objective with this Ranger team, and then remaining in close combat, still holding the central objective with the Rush Stalkers or the Infiltrators, and the Rush Stalkers, again for disruption, remaining in close combat against the Hammerhead. That's movement done. Shooting phase next. There's still fight left in this AdMech army. Mike's getting the green dice ready for another bout of firepower. Call out 5 more supporters that have come through for the 300 campaign. That's Andrew Bruce joining us at Aspect Warrior level. Then a new Autarch, Notorious Wayne, joining us with the Autarchs. And then we've got Shay Strait, who has become a bronze level Patreon. Then we have Gavin, who is a gold level Patreon, and we have yet to use his dice here in this battle. And then finally, we have Gala Placidia. I think I've pronounced that okay. That's bronze level Patreon. Thank you for your support as well. We'll let Mike continue with his, or begin his shooting phase on turn 3. Desperate stuff here. That's the kind of flavour we like for these quarterfinal knockout battles. Still not clear who's going to go through here at this stage of the game. All right, talking of Gavin, Mike's going to use him. It says melee, but you can use him for, all right, grenade to the face. It's going from the Ranger team into the Crisis Battlesuit team. Yep. 6 dice team 4s. A Gavin grenade.
Oh, Gavin. Done.
5. Oh no.
Well.
Mark him down as Grenade Gavin for future games. Oh dear. But then maybe Gavin, he likes close combat. His rule is always before you charge, chuck a grenade. Well done. 5 wounds. I think that's enough to destroy one of my suits as well. Ouch. So, fantastic shooting. I had one of the Crisis Battlesuit team members removed from play. We'll cycle through firepower from the rest of the squad. So we pressed on with firepower from the squad and struggling to get wounds coming through. Just 3 wounds in total on one of the other Crisis Battlesuit team members. That's firepower done across there from that infantry squad. The grenade was effective though. We'll go on to another unit now to shoot. So Dune Crawler is going to go across, Stubbers, and then the Neutron Laser is going to go into the Crisis Battlesuit team.
Yeah, we'll do...
Darth Windu?
Darth Windu, yeah.
Okay, firepower from him.
3.
He's going to Stubbers first. Let's chip off a couple of wounds to get rid of that model, first of all.
Yeah. And they are sustain hits 1.
Nice. 5's to wind.
5's to wind. No.
Nothing. Okay, now it's down to the Neutron Laser. 3 shots.
Yeah. On 3s.
3s. Good shooting. Mike's on 3s because of your doctrine.
Protector, imperative, yeah.
2s.
2s, oh.
Yeah. 2 go free. I'll go to 4+ invulnerable saves. We'll turn to Midnight Miniatures for this. 4-ups. Yeah, we blocked both. Now that is the Sunforged team. They come with a built-in 4+ invulnerable save. We've blocked both of those. It would have been devastating, but we've managed to stop that with invuln saves. So these are turned up here. Now their firepower is limited. The Hammerhead, remember, is still in close combat. Mike elected not to pull out close combat because as soon as he did, it would have been overwatched by these. And it's turn 2 onwards, turn 3 onwards. Any 6s on Overwatch would have been sustained 2, and it may well have been the case. Would have been a wipeout across there. But remaining close combat means that these can't fire into this. They don't have the vehicle keyword, so they can't go in against this vehicle. But half of them do have firepower to the stealth team across here. So Mike's going to unleash 6 shots.
Yeah. Hitting on 3s.
Yeah. Then stealth, back to 4s, but fully rerollable because Mike has kept this team of Rangers within 6. So 4s and rerollable. And sustained.
Yeah.
It's not too bad actually. Okay, and then add 2 in.
2, yeah, right.
2s. Yep. -2. Cover. -1. I think we're doing all right here. So yeah, these are all passes. It's -2, so take me to a 5-up save, and then cover 4-up. So just the one goes through, it's going to destroy this model just across here. So that's firepower from the breaches complete. We've done a Mechanicus pistol, no wound. Flechette blasters caused a wound on the hammerhead, dropping down to 10 wounds left. That's it. Firepower's complete. We'll go on to charges, if any. Yes, the disruptive charge across there against the Crisis Battlesuit team.
6.
We'll overwatch you for this one. We'll resolve that and see how many of the models make it in. So we'll overwatch. We'll use the last dice here. The Raycross dice has been saved till last. Quad shots coming from the commander. 6s will be good. There's 1. And then his friends. There's only 2 of them left. 6s. Oh no, sustained 1 because it's not guided. 2's to wound. Snake Eyes, first one of the game. He's part of the team, you get to reroll your wounds. Still 1/1 though, so 1 comes through, and you can tank that on a 5+ invulnerable save. He does. Alright, the squad gets a t-shirt. I survived Fusion Overwatch. In they go. They can charge. Mike's already rolled the charge distance. The idea is just to swamp that squad, tie them down, stop them from trying to make a breakthrough into Mike's deployment zone, especially with Defend Stronghold in play. That's charges done. We'll resolve combats here. Just some ongoing smaller combats as the AdMech tried to continue disrupting T'au units. So I've gone ahead and resolved combats. I caused no damage. Mike caused a wound, dropping down to 4. Across here, no damage either way. Across here, no damage either way. And over there, we took no damage but caused 2 casualties against the Rangers. Disruption is the key, though, for those combats. End of turn, we'll see what points come through. There's Sabotage and Primaries, and Defend Stronghold can come through at the end of my turn. So healthy enough points-wise, although AdMech units dwindling in the middle of the table. Okay, so points coming through. Defend Stronghold were left out for now. That's potentially, I think, another 3 points later on. But 13 points for Primaries, 3 points for Sabotage, puts Mike on 35 points. 35 points to 19. T'au going to pick up 8 for the control of the home objective, and also for 1 flank objective across there. T'au need to clear their lines, clear the middle ground, and then surge through. It's a bit of a rush from them. They need to get a move on with their clearance, as Mike is ahead on points. So victory is by no means secure for either side. If T'au coordinate themselves well, they may well be able to break through what's left of the AdMech in the middle of the board. We're going to turn 3 now for the T'au. KOYO now kicks in. All right, so turn 3 here for the T'au. Cards drawn. We had Assassination. We paid a CP to dump it. It's either wipe out all the characters as on the board or destroy 1 character. Either would have qualified if we could kill this unit and him. It's too difficult to do, so we paid a CP and dumped it. Instead, we've got no prisoners, which is just kill any units for 2 points time. The other one's Sabotage. An opportunity to sabotage one of these pieces of terrain. I reckon might be able to do it with a unit and pick up a terrain piece that is within Mike's deployment zone for extra points. So got to get the points in, and we're getting rewarded actually for destroying your stuff because we want to destroy your units, and then we get points for doing so. So it's worked out well for us. No prisoners has come at just the right time. We'll press ahead here with a move on turn 3 for the T'au. Remember, KOYO kicks in, so sustained hits of 1 for all of our firepower. If it's a guided unit, sustained 2. So movement for the T'au, there has been a fair bit, a lot of disruption taking place. We've moved these up 5. The intent is maybe to charge across here, but also continue the opportunity to fire across that direction against the Dune Crawler. Pulling out a close combat, moving on top. Mike didn't Overwatch there, he's watching to see where these went. If you'd used Overwatch up, I could have shifted around here and then laid down a volley with Commander NATO's squad. That's the edge of Overwatch. So we stayed out of it with these, moved across. We're going to try and shoot, charge, clear. We didn't advance with these. Stealth teams moved forwards across from here in this direction. These remained where they are. They've got line of sight and range to those. Piranhas moved up to try and take out the last of the Rust Stalkers. Hammerheads pulled out of close combat. Hammerheads pulled out of close combat, but no shooting available from them. The Ghost Kills heading off towards the Ranger squad to try and take on those. The Stealth teams moved up in support and moved on to the objective. 8 points picked up for primaries. And then the Crisis Battlesuit team moving on to the terrain piece across there, which is partly within Mike's deployment zone, so we'll be able to max out points for sabotage. That's movement done. T'au looking to destroy units, stop Mike from picking up points, and then bring in points for themselves as well. We'll go on to their shooting phase next. So we'll roll these up. These have moved, and we'll guide them in with the stealth team against the Dune Crawler across in that direction. So we'll need 3s and re-rolling 1s. This is turn 3, that's sustained 2 and 2. So we've actually turned that into 7 hits. 3s to wound, 6 re-rolling 1s. That's devastating. And then Mike's going to have 4 invulnerable saves to make here. That's blistering firepower. Turn 3 is wicked here for KOYO. Invuln saves past 2, but 2 make it through. Command reroll, looking at 3d6 plus 3 damage.
3d6, even if I do command reroll 1.
He's got 1 CP left.
See at this point.
Blocked it, so we'll take 1 away. Add a roll damage on these 2. And it's not so good at all. It's going to be 6 wounds in total. I'll command reroll because it's a chance to, pretty much our only chance to go after that Dune Crawler. So reroll this one. All right, so it's 3 and 3, 8 in total.
Down to 2.
Down to 2 wounds left.
Maybe
that's 11 wound model. Yeah, 3 wounds left. Right, so pressed ahead with the rest of the firepower. So we elected to divert their firepower across here to try and eradicate these. It's combined with some firepower from Fire Warriors or Strike Team that had an angle across here. Eliminated all of them except 1, which could be just enough for Mike to continue to hold this objective. We're battle shocked, remember, with the Devilfish, but 1 of those left. Then a couple more wounds coming through against this squad, but still alive. We'll have to charge those in close combat with the NATO squad. And then combining firepower with the stealth team and the ghost kill, eliminated the ranger squad on the T'au left-hand side, and also Rustalkers being overwhelmed by firepower coming from the Piranhas, and the remainder of the squad that could see down on top of them. So T'au mostly clearing their lines. We'll go on to charges for them next. All right, we've gone on to charges. This charge went ahead. They have the vehicle keyword, so we then played Tank Shock and just kicked the last model off of that objective. So this one now has been cleared. And then a strange twist, we charged in, it caused no damage. We failed on Battle Shock. You have to Battle Shock test at the start of the fight phase or in combat against those. Failed, and then now that unit that was meant to go after the objective now can't claim it. And bizarrely, if Mike passes his Battle Shock test for those, they'll actually claim that objective despite them virtually being completely hidden away in amongst the Crisis Battlesuit team. No damage being done. 1 wound caused, but we passed an armor save. End of turn 3 here for the T'au. Give an update on the score. They have virtually surged right through the middle of the board here. All right, so end of turn points coming through. Would you believe it's 38 points each? Mike's picked up 3 more points for Defend Stronghold. AdMech are still clinging on. They won't let go of this. With a mechanical-like grip on this game. Then we picked up 8 points for primaries, 6 points for sabotage for the action performed across there. We could do it because we have the swift action card that lets us fall back out of combat and still perform actions. And then 5 points picked up capping out or maxing out the cap at that at 5 points for 3 units being destroyed, taking us to 38 points. 38 points apiece. Mike says he's still in the fight. He's got, depending if he passes that, 5 points coming through, 3 points across there, and secondaries have been drawn already. Storm Hostile Objective, reckon he can go for that, and Cleanse, reckon he can go for that as well. We're going to turn 4 here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. They're going to press the T'au and keep fighting. All right, so turn 4 here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Cards is Storm Hostile Objective and Cleanse. So these move round to go after this. So it's a move, and they can still charge and swamp this objective. OC2, I believe, on those. Breach is pushing forwards. Usually, if I was in range, I could overwatch those, but they're in combat, plus they're battle shocked anyway, so kind of not much they can do. But Mike pulled out a move. For a possible cleanse, you can still do it, even though there's enemy units nearby. You just have to be in range of an objective marker and perform the action in the shooting phase, which was possible with The infiltrators, they auto passed, Mike used his CP to auto pass morale to make sure he got the points for that objective. Then fell out in this direction, didn't need to do an emergency fallback, it was just a gap through here which he landed there. But then we overwatched the ghost kill, got 666, which generated 6 hits, enough wounds came through, and we actually managed to destroy the target. That sort of spoiled the cleanse plan across here for that unit, which would have raked in a number of points for the Adeptus Mechanicus. That's it. So really the potent units left. There's a Dune Crawler across there. All eyes here on the breaches, the last strong unit left for the Adeptus Mechanicus. We'll press on to shooting phase next for them. All right, we'll capture it on camera. Here we go. And Mike's kept them nicely within range 6 for the full reroll. He wants revenge against Commander T'au.
So it'll be 3s.
This is the guy that's given you sustained hits of 1 on 6s.
Yeah.
And here comes the full reroll. Okay.
Just the 1.
Yeah, just the 1 comes through. 3s to wound. Just keep my unit alive in the middle will be crucial for us. There's some brilliant wounds going on here. So anti-vehicle 4+.
Yeah.
And Mike's done exceptionally well. I think you're AP -2.
Yeah.
We've got cover, so -1. So we go to 4 up saves, and it's a heap of dice.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
9. I've got no CP left. We'll go for 4 ups. And each one's damage 3. Yes. Yeah. Okay, here it comes. It's well below average. 3 have passed. And Mike's going to clear the entire team and leave the commander alive. That's a nasty hit for sure. But crucially, Commander T'au remains alive here. So, situation is looking like this. T'au stands alone. It's not quite over yet. Tech Priest Dominus. 3 shots. This is Volkite Blaster. 2 6s. Nice. He must get his own sustained.
Yeah, plus the reroll.
Reroll. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So 5 hits. And it's not over yet. You get a heap of 6s. Oh, no, okay.
Strength 5.
Forced wound.
Yeah, just the 1.
And minus on that one. I don't think there's much to it. Nothing. So we passed on a 3. All right, so I think that's firepower from them complete. We'll press on with any firepower that remains here for the AdMech. Okay, firepower across here. As arc rifle rapid fire, 6 damage it caused, took out one of these, and then some more wounds coming through from the squad. That's been completed. That was good firepower from those. Rangers have worked hard this game. Commander T'au's not safe yet. Oh dear.
I'm putting Stubbers first into the...
Stubbers first. We'll capture this firepower here into the crisis team.
3. And then 1. What's the toughness?
Yeah, no, it's 1 because the toughness 5. And we saved on a 6.
Yeah.
Right. Neutron laser into T'au's face.
Yeah.
That's wicked, that is.
Just to save some face.
2, that's whole face, and that's fine.
Oh, well, I don't know why I'm rerolling that.
It's okay. 2 hits.
Yeah.
2's to wound Commander T'au. Oh, no. Minus 4. Cover 6s. Got 1. Would you believe it? Nothing else I can do about the other. D6 plus 2.
2. Yeah.
Okay.
Full health.
Yeah, with drones. I'm going to let you know. I'm under a cold star. 6 damage. 6 wounds. But I have 2 shield drones. So that gives us 2 extra wounds. So we drop down to 2 wounds left. Yes, the way it... I'll check, but that's the loadout. And if he'd have command rerolled...
That was a 5. He's 1 half.
Okay, the drone saved us in this time around just about survival. We'll see if we can pass battle shock test. Maybe we'll just go for the auto pass with him. Charges next, just to resolve turn 4 here for the AdMech. So charges going ahead, they're nasty enough with hydraulic claws. So breaches going in might roll an 11, so then they go into both the hammerhead and fighting up here against the devilfish. These have charged in, reclaimed this objective, and gone in against the broadside as well. AdMech will not give up. We'll let Mike roll up these attacks now. So 4 of these, that's 8 attacks going in against the hammerhead. 8 4s. Re-rolling because of the Mike's kept himself in range of the battle line unit.
These are strength for you.
5's to wound. It's good enough roll. 3 go through.
3 at -2, flat 3.
Okay, 5 ups. Come on, double 6. The Xenos dice kept us alive here. It's dropping down to 6 when he's left. Ugh, boy, oh boy. And then 2 of them, so it's going to be 4 attacks to try and take down. Look at that dice run, green dice run fire. Okay, and then 5's to wound. Oh, what's strength for you? Strength 8. Yeah. 5's to wound, yeah. Just the 1 comes through. We could try and stop it on a 5. We do. Oh. Okay, right. We'll press on. That's the main attack done. We've held it there. So perhaps the stopping point for the AdMech. We'll see. We'll fight back with our measly attacks and round off the turn. So Storm Hostile objective was completed. And 8 points for primaries. 5 and 3. Puts Mike on 50 points. T'au on 38. AdMech have got themselves ahead again. Our turn 4 coming up next. A chance for us, though, to pick up. We'll auto pass across here with Commander NATO to give us 5 points. 5 points across there. And 3 points to the home objective. That'll give us 13 straight away. Which will put us in the lead. And then we'll see what secondaries come up here for the T'au. But they've got to tidy up this board here. Try and deal with what's left of the AdMech. That's the main threat that's left. But T'au's starting to gain large swathes of the board under their control. We'll go on to their turn 4 next. Alright, so turn 4 here for the T'au. Cards drawn is Cleanse. That's perform an action on an objective in no man's land or outside of our deployment zone. The other one's Defend Stronghold, nice and straightforward for us. Auto pass of NATO, 5 points, 5 points, and 3. So 13 points. Secondary's looking healthy enough. We did all our manoeuvring. Then moved the hammerhead, which Mike then overwatched and destroyed. Tons of shots coming through, but it meant that we've been able to maneuver everything else to offload some firepower into those. Letting the combats continue across here, passing battle shock, failing this one. These have gone 20 inches, roll a 6 plus their 14, so moving those up very, very quickly. Hammerhead's moved around. And then the Crisis Battlesuit team to go after the objective and the Gin Crawler across there. That's movement done. Shooting phase next. So firepower resolved. This game has gone on longer here. It's gone on into the night as we've sought to resolve this one. I think we've got a conclusion now. AdMech have finally succumbed to T'au firepower. So blistering damage coming through as a combination of T'au firepower. So Commander NATO firing through, picked off a couple. It's guided by these. Then the Hammerhead, Railgun Solid Shot picked off another. It's guided in by these with the Ghost Kill. No good number of 6s rolled. Damage 3 each time. Starting to overwhelm the Feel No Pain from those. Damage 3 each time. So reducing those right down. As you can see, the Gin Crawler being obliterated by the Crisis Battlesuit team, which has then gone on to claim Mike's home objective. And that is game, set, and match here. The T'au have got themselves a victory. But it's been a scrappy, disruptive battle and a dogged resistance from Adeptus Mechanicus. Full respect to them. They've earned their place in the last state. They surged through at the end of the season. They locked horns with the T'au and certainly gave them a run for their money. But there was a couple of cutting moments in the game where T'au firepower just bit and the AdMech weren't able to recover from that. The T'au then had to work hard to then clear these objectives that the AdMech would not let go of, but finally in the later stages of the game, the T'au did manage to use their overwhelming firepower to secure themselves a victory. But firepower versus firepower, the young race, the T'au Empire, has achieved victory, and a Xenos faction goes through to the next stage of our finals. So we're talking about units of the game. A couple of names to call out here as well. Big thanks to them for their support. So that is Brian Nielsen has joined us as a silver level patron. Stephen Herbort at Aspect Warrior, Steve at Aspect Warrior, also Glyn Armitage as well at Aspect Warrior on YouTube channel membership. And finally, better late than never, but a wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. Winter Wizard joins us on the channel as well as a bronze level Patreon and has featured in a good number of our Challenger Scorpion battle reports in the past as well. So shout out for him for his support at bronze level on the Patreon page. So both of us pretty quick with our decisions on units of the game. I'm going to give it to Commander NATO and his team. They're the ones that did that deep cut against the AdMech across. They landed across here and took out the first breacher team. That was part of the breaking point, the turning point in the game, and helped to continue to hold the centre of the table as well and so on with those. Mike's going to give it to the Rush Stalkers. They're exceptionally disruptive units, slaughtering the T'au Fire Warriors across here, and then took a lot of T'au effort to try and get rid of those as well. So good hard work from the Rust Stalkers. And then finally, there's 2 silver level Patreons, Dumpy Grimbo and Brian Nielsen. Big thanks to them for their support at silver level on the Patreon page. So that's the game. The Xenos faction goes through. Check out all the battles that we've played. So far we have, as Red Scorpions have played against the Alpha Legion, and Alpha Legion have gone through. You can check out that battle. It's on YouTube. Then we have Black Legion, current channel champions, against the Harlequins. If you want to see the result of that game, I won't tell you what it is. That's over on YouTube channel memberships. Do check that one out. That battle is live right now. You can check that one out. See who goes through from that game. Then we've just played T'au Empire versus Adeptus Mechanicus. The T'au march through with a chance for them to go through or to play in the next game, which will be a chance to go through to the grand final for our Season 12 battle reports. And the final combination, which we can look forward to, is Necrons versus Orcs. 2 more Xenos factions battling it out for a place potentially to go through to the grand final. But in this fight here, the T'au have prevailed. Can they take the channel crown? We shall see. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.